Hello my TBDs, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another wear test Wednesday. If you're new to my channel, every other week I review and do a wear test of a foundation, a concealer, or a lipstick is typically what I do. But I do a wear test for 10 hours and I see how they last and I see if they're any good, and then I can give my recommendation to you guys if I think that it's worth the buy. So this week we're going to be focusing on the No7 Match Made Custom Blend Foundation Drops. If you're anything like me, my mind went straight to the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops and I'm like, oh, a cheaper version. These are still expensive. They were $14.99 at Walgreens, but at least they're like half the price of the Cover FX ones. So if it's any good, maybe I can just use these. I used to love the custom cover drops. I actually had it until it like expired and it wasn't good anymore. But I don't even know if I got the right shade. I came home yesterday after buying it and I was like, ooh, I don't have a good feeling about this shade. Walgreens does not have really good lighting in their store and they look at you weird when you're like testing it on your neck. At Sephora, at least, they don't give you weird looks, but at Walgreens, they're like, what are you doing? They don't get it, okay? Walgreens does not support the testing foundations on your neck thing. So I am ready to jump into trying these out. But before we do, be sure to subscribe because I do upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So this is what the foundation looks like. It's a very little bottle. You do get 0.5 ounces. Ugh, that's half the amount of a regular foundation. And it's $15? What? I don't know if it's going to be that great of a deal in the end because you don't even get a full ounce of product. Kind of sucks. This is what we're working with. So I thought this was interesting because it doesn't have a lot of claims. Like, where are the claims? I do have the shade Cool Vanilla. Typically, I am a neutral undertone, but in the store, I had tried the samples that they had out to try, and none of them seemed to work. Like they were either way too yellow or way too pink. So I ended up going with Cool Vanilla, which is a little bit on the pink side. I probably should have gotten a little lighter, but because I am a little more tan, I didn't want to get something super light that wasn't gonna match me. And all it says is mix with your moisturizer or primer. I guess I'll do that. I don't really know how that's gonna work. Typically, I don't go in with my fingers and apply this. Usually it's like with a brush or a sponge. So I might do one side of my face just with the sponge, not mixing it in with my primer, and then the other side, I guess I can try to do my fingers and apply it with the primer that I have. But the thing is, I use this Tarte Clean Slate smoothing primer, and I don't put this all over my face. I typically just put it like in my T-zone. So we'll see how this works. It says on the back that you can get light coverage with 1 drop, medium coverage with 2 drops, and fuller coverage with 3 drops. So you can really like customize the coverage that you want out of this product. Other than that, it doesn't have any claims on the back of it. It's just in different language. It does come with this little sheet thing, I guess, that teaches you how to apply it. It says put a small amount in your moisturizer, shake the bottle of the drops, add 1, 2, or 3 plus drops, blend well and apply. This has very little information on what the coverage is supposed to be, like what the finish is supposed to be. I don't know. I do have oily skin. Hopefully this doesn't make me super dewy or super glowy or super oily. I did look up online some of the claims. It just says custom blend foundation drops, blend seamlessly into any No7 moisturizer or primer, foolproof customized coverage, drops help to create the perfect foundation for you. Oh, okay, color finish, matte. It's supposed to be a matte. It says recommended skin type combination, and it's supposed to be long lasting, high pigment density, blendable, and the finish is supposed to be matte. That's what it says all the way at the bottom. It's kind of a bummer that it's not easily accessible to find. I feel like I had to dig a little bit to figure out what the finish was supposed to be. One thing that I thought that this foundation might be good for is if I have a really, really yellow foundation, which I do have a lot of really yellow based foundations, I could add it in to make it a neutral undertone because this is a little bit more pink. I did think that would work. I also thought like if I had a darker foundation that I wanted to lighten, I could also add this in there. So there's a bunch of different options that I could use this guy for. Let's first, I guess, go in with the primer situation. Guess I'll do it on this side. I'm gonna take a little bit on my finger. This is what the spout looks like. I guess I'll just put some on my finger. So this is what it looks like. I just added it in there and here we go. So with that, I just added 1 drop. I don't know how I like it with the primer. As you can see, it added just a little coverage. Now I added just 1 drop right here and you can see the difference of coverage. I actually, surprisingly, feel like it's blending really nicely with my finger. Like I feel like it's giving me pretty even coverage just by blending it with my finger. So I'm gonna take a little bit more primer and 1 more drop of this. Yeah, it's definitely a little too pink for me, but it's working. The consistency of this feels very lightweight and smooth. Oh my gosh. I'm shocked that that blended so easily just with my finger. It looks like I blended it with a sponge. Yeah, I'm shocked that it looks that nice and it blended so fast just with my finger. I mean, I'm not like precise with my finger. Like I said, I don't normally apply foundations with my finger, but whoa. Okay, I'm gonna take 2 drops of this in my little bowl here. So I'm literally taking that much. And let's go in with a beauty blender. Definitely less coverage with a beauty blender. This is shocking that I prefer the side with my finger. I will say this is giving me very good coverage for only using a few drops of this. Like it really does have a lot of pigment built up in this product. I don't know, guys. I don't know which side I like better. This side looks more matte and I don't know, it just blended so nice over here. Personally, I really like both sides. I feel like I was able to add as much coverage on this side as this side. It's looking like a soft matte. It's got just a little bit of a glow. Does dry down to almost a powder finish. This is super pretty, guys. And that took no time at all. I would say that I'm almost at full coverage just with the 2 drops. Dang, and I still have just a little bit left over on this little thing. So far, my thoughts are really good. I do like this product. I'm curious to see how it wears. Right now, it is 7:49 a.m. I will wear this for 10 hours. Let me go ahead and put the rest of my makeup on. I'll come back, see if my thoughts have changed. And I just want to see how other products apply on top. But so far, yes. The one thing I would say is this is like the 3rd to lightest shade and it's still pretty dark. Like it matches me tan. So I don't know how this would work on really fair people, considering I'm really fair in the winter time. We'll see if there's a foundation shade that matches me. I know there are 2 shades lighter than this, but it actually matches me pretty good for the color that I am right now. I will go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup. I will be right back. All right, you guys, I just finished up the rest of my makeup. I went ahead and used this Maybelline Lemonade Craze palette, and I do really like the shades that I used on my lid. I really just took the combination of Sweet Tea right here. I put this in my crease, and then I put the shade Strawberry Lemonade all over my lid, and I really like how the look came out. But I wanted to show you how my skin is looking. I mean, what is in this formula, because my face looks so good. It has a soft little glow to it. It's not too matte, too heavy, feels very lightweight on the skin, and my skin just looks so flawless. I used my regular Laura Mercier powder, everything applied really great on top of it. I just really like how it's making my skin look. It looks very full coverage, yet very natural and not too heavy. So those are my thoughts. So far, it's a thumbs up. I do really like this product. It didn't mention how many shades it has. I don't know. On Target, it says they have 3 shades, but I know in Walgreens, they have maybe 15 or 20 shades. So a decent shade range. I do think that they run a little dark. So just keep that in mind. If you are buying this, you might want to get a shade up. So far, my thoughts are really good. I do like this product a lot so far. We'll see how it wears on my skin throughout the day. Hey, you guys, it is, let's see, 2:35 in the afternoon. So this has been on for about 6.5, 7 hours. As you can see, I'm getting pretty greasy. Yeah, I'm just like, I can touch my chin right here and the foundation's coming off a bit. I think I might end up having to blot with this foundation. I don't know if I just applied too much, I'm not sure, or if it was just like that I applied more primer than I normally do with this so I could get it to spread across my face. But other than getting a little bit greasy, I think it's actually looking pretty good. It doesn't look too bad at this point. Everything's still on. I'm not creasing on my forehead too bad. I mainly see it on my chin is where I see like the greasiness. So we'll check back in at the very end of the night to see how my face is holding up. It is 8:30, so this foundation has been on for 10 hours? Maybe 12 hours at this point. It's been on for sure over 10 hours, and I actually just got done doing some yoga, so I really put this foundation through the test. I wanted to make sure and see if it got oily even if I was like working out and stuff. I do think that I got a little oily throughout the day, but nothing too bad. It did not crease too bad on my forehead. I feel like overall this was a really good foundation. I would definitely wear it again. Everything is still on my cheeks. It wiped off just a little bit on my nose because since I was doing yoga, I had my nose to the mat for a second and I was like, oh, the foundation. I would definitely give this a thumbs up for oily skin. I feel like even dry and oily skin could work with this foundation, so that's a really good thing. The only thing that I'd say is the color range. I feel like even this shade that's 3 shades down from the lightest shade that they offer is pretty dark. Yeah, that's my only complaint with this foundation. I think everything else was pretty good for 12 hours of wear. This looks pretty good. I'm gonna give this a big thumbs up for me. I do think that it's worth the price, especially compared to the Cover FX custom cover drops. I would definitely go for these over that, and I feel like this is gonna last me a really long time considering only a few drops covered my entire face. And I really liked that I could just use my finger to blend it out and it looked really, really nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. I hope you had a great day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.